It's another beautiful day here. Absolutely perfect weather. Does not get any better than this. Good morning, everybody, and Sawadee Krap. Not a cloud in the sky. Look at this. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful day. And if you haven't heard me before, and this has been debated by myself and several others. However, I am right, they are wrong. But the Skytrain, as it were, as it is, in this case, the Skytrain is not made by the BTS. It's made by the MRT. And you can look that up. It's on Wikipedia. It's on Wikipedia, and it's on the website of MRT. And the reason is because originally this was going to be an underground, it was going to be a subway. And I guess the costs were just too much. And so they decided to turn it into a monorail that's going to connect up with 6 other lines. So it's going to connect up with all over the place. These lines are going to, this is going to be a major line here. It's the yellow line. And every time I see it, I'm like, wow, it's almost done. It's already been tested in one place, and in April, a big section of it should be done, and then from there, we're gonna go to finish it. They're gonna go from that to finishing the rest of the route up. And that should make things quite a bit easier. So I'm hoping that by the end of next year, it'll be done. The only problem is that, you know, there is a lot of pollution, and this will help the traffic, but I'm looking forward to it. So every time I come here and it's a beautiful day, I just sit here and I look at it, and I'm like, I never knew that was going to be a monorail. If I had not really looked at it, and it took me a long time to do the research, finally got around to doing it, but it's going to be a monorail, so that should be different. Now today, there's a lot of little stuff to talk about. Of course, it's almost Christmas. Unless I looked at the big tree there, I probably wouldn't remember it. But even here, it's Christmas. And New Year's is coming up, and that's, you know, a big deal here. But I don't know why it is, because January, as I look at it, is not shaping up to be a learning to live with it month. So I'm going to go back inside now. I got my coffee here. I want to finish this up. Go back inside. Today we have beer and Mook working, the barista of the morning. Not that it really matters, because Starbucks coffee comes out all the same anyway. Doesn't really matter. But good morning to everybody, all that good stuff. Like I said, it's a beautiful day out. Stunning. Stunningly beautiful and cool. Not a cloud in the sky. Well, we're going to talk about that. But let me get inside here. Should I have one more double espresso? Maybe, huh? Maybe not yet. All right, let's see here. Okay, we're in business. Hopefully the quality of the stream is quite good. I'll have another one, but not right at the moment. I just downed that one. I want to give it a minute or two. The Thai baht right now, 33.66, which means that the dollar is a little stronger, and that's great. Every time I get ready to transfer money, I think about it. And I always hope that it gets up to 34, 35, but it only got up to 34 once this year. The air quality, like I said, is not good at all. It's 153, which is unhealthy. The temperature, 74 degrees. It's perfect. High 89, low is 69. It was cold last night, actually. Kind of chilly. We didn't have the air on, and I was actually chilly, which that doesn't usually happen. The feel-like temperature is exactly the same as the temperature, 74. Winds coming in from the south, 4 miles an hour, 67% humidity, and get this, visibility is 10 miles. Almost every day it's 6 miles, maybe 5 miles. It's 10 miles. It's perfectly clear. So that tells you, when I say there's not a cloud in the sky, I mean there is not a cloud in the sky. And so 10 miles is the visibility. And I've never seen it perfectly clear or 10 miles ever in all the time I've been checking the weather here for the stream. I've never once seen it like this. So the only thing is the air quality. I don't understand how that works. The air quality is really poor. 153, it's unhealthy. So a couple of things we're going to talk about. But before I go on, please remember to click thumbs up, if you would be so kind. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe. Check the description for all the ways you can help support the channel, and they're not all financial, but just keep watching, and let's hope we have a good 2022. I'm hoping that we do. I've got a new mindset. I've told myself I need to change my mindset a little bit. Good morning, Carlos. And you can thank the Beatles and Ringo Starr for it. I'm not going to get into why, but just I've been watching a lot of their stuff. I watched the movie. I've been listening to Ringo Starr's new EP, and I've been thinking about a few things. And you know, another one of the guys from the Monkees died. I guess when was it? The 10th? Yeah, the guy, what's his name? Mike Nesmith died from the Monkees. It makes me feel old because Ringo Starr, what really got me was I checked to see, my buddy asked me, how old is he? Isn't he like 80? I'm like, nah, it can't be 80. And I look, he's 81 years old. Dude's still rocking. He's 81 years old. And, you know, pretty soon they're going to be gone as well. So, you know, we'll all be there at one time or at one point in our life. We may not make it to 81, but we're all going to get to the end at some point. We're going to talk about Thai women and their breasts today. We're going to talk about the public health ministry. We're going to talk about Anutin. We're going to talk about the quarantine, and we're going to talk about the booster. And the one thing, the whole reason I got back on this subject is because of masks. The reason that I even thought of all this stuff again, because I really have not been thinking about it, is because it really doesn't matter, you know? And so I just don't, yeah, we don't, you know, whatever, man, you know, to each his own. Whatever happens, happens, you know? Now, let me see something here. Give me 1 second. Uno momento. But you know, I went to what do you call it? The Chatuchak Market yesterday, or day before yesterday. Sorry. And you know, I've been thinking about it, and you know, I don't want to bitch. I don't want to complain. But I went to the market, and you know, things looked a little bit better. There's more foreigners there, and you know, for the most part, I thought, oh, okay, you know, this is a good thing. However, I got into the taxi, or I went into the the hell did I get into? The MRT, the subway. I get into the subway. And then I decided to take a taxi from the subway to my house. And I'm sitting there and I thought, I've been tootling around for about 6 hours. I've had this mask off for about 45 minutes out of the 6 hours. And I'm just sitting there thinking, man, it's hard to breathe in this thing. I was outside the majority of the time, and granted, I took it off once in a while for a few minutes, but all in all, I had it on for the majority of about 5 hours, 5.5 hours. And I thought, who in their right mind is going to come here now with, as soon as people find out, oh, you got to, everywhere you go, you got to wear your mask. Who's going to come here? How many people are going to come here, really? They're not going to come in droves. They're not going to come running back. And the people who are running this government, I personally think they're delusional if they believe that. And then, you know, what really got me on that, I would have let it go. I would have just went, you know, listen, it got a little hotter in the afternoon yesterday. I would have just let it go. However, yesterday, I was here at Starbucks doing some things on the computer, and you know, I get up, I'm done, it's maybe 12 o'clock, something like that. I get up and I walk out and I think, okay, I'm gonna go get a couple things from the grocery. I needed some coffee. I'm out of coffee already, and a couple other things. We needed some Parmesan cheese and a few other things. So I think I'm gonna go to the grocery. I get up, I go over to the grocery, I'm walking around. I'm just about done. I'm thinking to myself, I'm going like this. I'm thinking, okay, so what else do I need? Is there anything else I need? Then I go, my mask. Oh, I don't have my mask on. Been walking around the grocery store without my mask on. And I go to my pockets. Usually I have a spare. And I thought, I could have sworn I brought my mask with me. I look for the spare. There's no spare. I look at my laptop bag, there's no spare. I'm like, wow, oh, I'm walking around, I got no mask on. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, I hope I don't get into trouble. I hope no one starts bitching at me. The thing is, I walked all the way from Starbucks to the grocery and walked around in the grocery. Didn't even know I didn't have my mask on. But what I'm getting at is, here I am without a mask on, and I'm worried. I actually was worried for a few minutes. I'm thinking to myself, oh no, I gotta get home. What am I gonna do? I'm like, well, I'll go to the pharmacy. There's a pharmacy right behind the mall. I can just peek in there and grab a mask, which is what I did. But where are we coming to as human beings if we cannot? I mean, listen, I understand at this point that, okay, people are still concerned. We got this virus. We're going to have to learn to live with it and all these other things. But if I wasn't in Thailand, if I was, say, in Australia or the United States or some other places, depends on where in the United States and who you're dealing with, I could have got a bunch of shit from people. I was surprised I didn't get any shit from anybody inside the grocery. But where are we? Where are we when we as human beings can't even walk around without a mask, without going, I gotta have my mask on. And that makes me a little bit concerned, because I don't want to be in a position where I'm always thinking, I've got to have my mask on, I've got to have my mask on. When the hell are they going to let up? This is not learning to live with it. Learning to live with it does not mean being vaccinated and wearing a mask. Good morning, everybody. Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you. Appreciate it. And you know, this is the thing. It's one thing to be safe. I think they're overdoing this Omicron variant. They're taking advantage of it. And now they're even talking about bringing back the quarantine. And I'm going, how are we learning to live with it? Did you remember that mantra? Learn to live with it, just like we learned to live with the flu. Well, you know, I've been saying it for a long time, and at the risk of sounding fatalistic, I don't like the world we live in. You know, I really don't. Heading back to Pattaya on the 6th, then on to the U.S. on the 12th. Hope we don't get stuck in the U.S. like last time. Just remember, you got to get your test 24 hours before you go, Carlos, not 72. Well, you know, I will admit that a couple times I got on the motorcycle to come over here, and I just said, screw it, I'm not wearing a mask. And I'll be walking around sometimes, and I go, you know what? There's nobody here. There is nobody around me. There's not, I mean, walking on the beach, walking in the forest. You know, there's one point my wife was wearing a mask, and she goes, aren't you going to wear your mask? I go, no, why? It's me and you and this other guy here who's wearing a mask. And he's 10 feet ahead of me. What am I going to wear a mask for? I'm out in the freaking jungle. What am I going to do? I'm going to wear it when I go swimming? I'm going to wear it when I'm kayaking? No. And so that alone is reason to be concerned. Okay? Then the way that they're responding to this Omicron, and I'll tell you what, I stopped following it. First it was, oh my God, it's going to be so much worse. It spreads so much faster. It's so much more, it's so much stronger, and it's going to cause more damage. Then I hear it's not really that dangerous, but it does spread very quickly. I don't think anybody knows what the hell's going on. So listen, you come out with the vaccine, give us the vaccine, which brings me to another point. And that is the booster. The news here in the States is off the charts. I generally try not to watch the Thai news because they are sensationalist as well. I try to just read headlines every other day or so now, and it does help to forget about it. And, you know, I've been saying for a long time, I don't want to be in the bubble with all these other people. I mean, yeah, this is the thing. And you know what's so funny is that when I was in, where was I? Was it Hua Hin or Hua Hin? Or maybe it was, let me think here. And the police 2 times drove right by me, and I didn't have my mask on. Because there's nobody with me. There's nobody around. I'm walking down the street. I'm the only person walking on the street, on the sidewalk. And they drive by me. Nobody said a word. They didn't say a word. And I was like, thank you. Thank you so much. Jim, what's happening? So now, you know, you got this Anutin saying, if you want to join in one of these celebrations for New Year's, not only do you need to be vaccinated, but you need to test before you go to the event. which I think it was it in Pattaya where they shut down. They had one event on Friday, and then they shut it down on Saturday and Sunday because of the way things were going. And speaking about policies, this was the other thing we talked about. Where I think it was Trump that said, the solution is worse than the virus or whatever, something like that. The cure is worse than the virus itself, or something. I forget exactly what his exact words were. But that's where we're getting. And what's so funny is that, in Chatuchak, I've been there, I don't know, 3 or 4 times in the past 2 years. And the last couple of times have just been sad. And I mean, even yesterday, okay, there's more people, but there's a lot of shops that are shut down. So you got people who are trying to make a living. They can barely make a living, or they are just living hand to mouth. And Carlos knows about this. He's been helping out with the people that are in need. You're gonna just let people starve, sitting at home waiting for the solution, and there is no solution. The solution is get vaccinated, or be extremely healthy, and basically cross your fingers that your body will be able to deal with it. Which brings up the booster. Now, I don't like hearing about it. I get messages. I get probably 20 messages a day from people telling me about events and boosters and vaccines and what's going on here, what's going on there. And generally I just look at the title, and that's all I look at because I don't want to know anymore. But I guess I had said that a few weeks ago I called up the place where I got my vaccine. I said, hey, what about the booster? Am I going to need a booster? Are you going to give boosters? What's the deal? Can I pay for it? No, we have no plans on giving the booster yet. Okay, I call up a couple of hospitals that you have to pay. Sorry, all of our vaccines are allocated to people who have paid already, who prepaid. Okay, so then I get a message yesterday from Pattaya Bob that says, hey, you get free vaccines. Just come on down here and you get your booster. I'm like, wow. Well, I don't feel like going to Pattaya. Not now. I mean, I don't really want to go all the way out there just to get a booster. If I was going to do it, I'd bring my whole family and we'd make a day out of it and we'd go down there. But, I don't really want to. I'd rather wait until it comes here. So I figured, okay, maybe it'll happen in Bangkok soon. So sure enough, Pattaya Bob sends me a message. Oh, look, it's at Bangsu at the new train station, which is quite far from my house. I'm like, I'm not going there either because it's going to be a freaking madhouse like the last time. It was a madhouse. I'm not going there. I'm not going to do it. I don't care. I really don't care. I've been vaccinated. When a hospital says, hey, we'll give it, doesn't matter if it costs $1,000, $1,500, whatever, we'll all get a booster. And then the way that I've set it in my head, I have boundaries. And those boundaries are, I'll get the booster. I will go ahead and do that. And then if it's a once a year thing, and in the year I will reevaluate and see where they are with the vaccines. And if it's really going to do some good, then I will say, okay, if they have a yearly thing like the flu shot, all right, I can do it. Other than that, I'm done. I'll stay inside most of the time. I mean, I may not like it. Or I'll go to the jungle. And it's funny, my wife, again, she's always thinking about places to go, just like me. She's like, we haven't been to Suratani in a few years. I'm like, yeah, I know it's been 4 or 5 years. She's like, no, it's been 2 years. And I checked, she was right. It's almost 2 years now. I'm like, well, there's a place we could go and I don't have to worry about wearing a mask. I don't have to worry about all this stuff. But, I don't have to worry about it inside my house either. So, these are a few of the things. And this Anatin, everything that he says, I have to laugh, because how do you get a position where you're the health minister, but you have no training in health administration or in the health services industry or as a medical professional? How do you get that job? Well, you get the job by, we're not going to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to get in trouble. And it's funny, but I just happened to be looking around yesterday as I was uploading the video, and I saw this elderly woman interviewing another lady who had just moved to Spain. And the lady was saying, yeah, I really love it here. It's great. Well, why do you like it here? She said, well, my husband and I got here a couple of years ago, and we were on I forget the name of the visa, but they had this one particular visa. And so then they just, like 2 weeks before her interview, her and her husband qualified. It had been 3 years, and so they qualified for Permanente Residencia. I think that's what it's called. So, permanent residency. She said, now I can travel, and it cost about $2.50 to take a train. And, she's talking about taking a train. It's several hours from where she is located. $2.50. And she said, my husband had a little bit of a scare, and he had to go into the hospital, and they kept him overnight. And she said, our insurance cost us €100 each per month. And the woman had to be 65, 70 years old. So I'm going to assume her husband is around the same age, maybe even a few years older. So let's say 70. She went in with the husband. They didn't pay a dime. She said the insurance covered everything. I'm like, and Ecuador has the same kind of stuff. So I guess my point is that while Thailand is improving its infrastructure with the various rail lines, and I believe some of the companies, like the bus companies, are going to be improving, and the train, the SRT, they're improving their system, their network, their trains, they're upgrading, getting new stuff. Okay, that's great. You got a great infrastructure. But if you got no business, what do you need the infrastructure for? I mean, obviously you can use it for some things, but if they may want to replace tourism, but they haven't replaced it yet. It's going to take them many years, and there's a lot of people out there still at this moment that are still suffering. The public health ministry has threatened a ban on all events, all fairs and other events held through the country, if the organizers lower their guard. So if you lower your guard, we're going to shut you down. All activities with large crowds of people must be held in line with strict measures to prevent the possible spread of the coronavirus, approved by the Provincial Communicable Disease Committee. Hey, Soy Dog Cowboy, what's happening? The provincial governor can order all ongoing events to stop and prevent all future events from taking place if they pose health risks to the public. This is the problem. Oh, this was in Surin. It wasn't Pattaya. The warning came after Surin abruptly canceled the concerts on Saturday and Sunday at the Elephant Fair after concert goers packed the shows on Friday. Other provinces are also planning similar fairs to celebrate the new year. The organizers of the concert did not follow the measures set by the Public Health Ministry. If they were able to improve their compliance, the Provincial Communicable Disease Committee may allow the concerts to resume. The shows at Srinarong Stadium are a highlight of the annual fair being held at the Muang District from December 15th to 26th. All activities in the event are organized by Tanakan Promotion, according to the fair's Facebook page. The governor gave the Pattaya Music Festival as an example for the organizers in Surin to follow, as the resort city limited the number admitted to the venue and planned seating arrangements that kept a safe distance between concert goers. Okay, so it's okay to have 100 people in a restaurant sitting together without masks on, but if you have 1,000 people outdoors and they happen to be mingling with each other, then that's not good. None of it's good then. So they've gone, in my opinion, this has gone on long enough, and now they're saying they may suspend the quarantine-free arrival. Guess what? Guess what that's going to do? That's going to really stick it up the yin-yang of all the people who have started to feel that things are opening up. Hey, we can start doing business again, like hotels, tour agencies, tourists. Who was the guy, Passports and Cigars, that was saying he's coming in like 20 days. What if it changes? Yeah, what if it changes? You know, the public health minister, that would be Anutin, said on Monday that Thailand will consider suspending the quarantine-free scheme Test and Go after detecting more than 60 cases of Omicron variant so far. Well, supposedly the Omicron is the predominant variant in the United States. So why wouldn't it become the predominant variant here? It could. Obviously, it could. If it became the dominant variant there, well, then, well, listen, didn't, British Airways canceled like 2,000 flights. They are not going to be coming to Thailand. They're not flying to or from Thailand for the next, I don't know what it is, this next year? No British Airways flights. How are these companies going to stay in business if the government just keeps saying, oh, too bad, too bad, too bad, you're going to have to shut down? The tourism-reliant country will rely on the remaining sandbox scheme. Who cares about the sandbox scheme? I mean, really, what does that matter? Does anybody give a shit about the sandbox scheme? I don't think so. There you go. Hey, listen, guys in this chat generally don't have any problems with women. I mean, at least getting a little some. I would think if they're either getting some from their wife or their girlfriend, or they're going to get some when they come to Thailand. They're going to get plenty. So in this stream, thank you, but we don't need you. Listen, if you're over, say, 50 years old and you're not able to get laid, it's either by choice or I don't even know what the other reasons would be, but it's probably by choice. Now, there's such a big concern about the New Year's parties. And I'm curious to know, like, there's concerts. I looked up Ringo Starr and Paul McCartney. I looked up if they were on tour, and I guess Paul McCartney is not on tour. Ringo Starr is on tour. He's going to Florida in June of next year, supposedly, if things don't change, which it's Florida, so hopefully they won't. And I'll be able to get over there at some point. But, to me, it's a bit ridiculous now. We're at the ridiculous part of this pandemic. You got more people dying from accidents here. It's the worst thing here is the accidents. That's one reason why I'm not in a hurry to buy a motorcycle here, because I don't want to die here. No one, with my luck, I probably would. Now, I wanted to talk about one other thing, and this is another thing. This kind of thing is between the you can't talk about a hotel if they're bad. If you don't like them and you leave a comment and they deem it to be defamatory, whether it is or not, it could land you in the pokey. You have to be very careful about what you say. But now, according to the Thai Daily News, just saying that Thai women have small boobs can land you jail time. In fact, according to a top lawyer, just saying a Thai woman is flat-chested can get you a year in jail or 1,000 baht fine. But if you were to take your insult to Line or Facebook, the penalty could be much worse. The problem of small breast, it's not a small one. They said that actually. It's not but it can become a big one. And this is the kind of stuff. We're living in a time where, and this is something, isn't this kind of like cancel culture? You're not allowed to say anything, or you're not allowed to say something like that, except in the case, well, you probably would just get a fine. My guess is you would get a fine. You're not going to get thrown in jail for that. Although, if you did it maliciously and it was online, you probably could. I don't know. But I like to know what people think about that. I like to know what you guys think about this. You're not even allowed to say, hey, that girl has some rather small breastises. I mean, so you're not allowed to state the truth. If she does have small breasts, you're not allowed to say that she does. Yes, and what about those who like the kind of girls who are, they just have tiny little mounds with big nipples? I mean, I don't understand. Why would they even make this something that they're going to clog up their court with, or their police stations with, or bring it to the... This is the kind of reputation, in my opinion, Thailand does not need to think about, and they do not need this kind of thing in the press. They really don't need to worry about this. I mean, whether somebody has what's next? Oh, he has a really big wiener. Oh, you insulted me. Oh, she has huge breastises. That's insulting. Well, good for you. I disagree. It discourages bullying. Get the fuck out of here with that, really. You know what? Listen, I'm not saying that you need to go out and be malicious and be hateful. You don't need to do it. You don't need to laugh at a girl because she has small breasts or because she's got massive breasts. You don't need to laugh at them and belittle them. You don't. And you shouldn't. However, that said, a lot of things are said that aren't always kind. And I think people are pussies now. I wasn't going to swear, but people are pussies nowadays. Really. Big deal. Well, Jim, that's all a bunch of horse shit. That's just your opinion. And, personally, I like them all sizes. It doesn't matter to me. And, but what about, hey, is it okay to say, wow, you've got really dark skin, honey? Thais do that all the time. That's an insult. Do you know that? My wife has a friend. And the friend, this is many years ago. This is probably 15 years ago, 18 years ago, something like that. the friend got married and had a baby. And listen, my wife is dark. She's from the South. She's got that Malaysian blood in her, right? Whatever, the South blood. You can put it that way. I don't care. Quite frankly, I wouldn't care if she had a lighter skin. I wouldn't care. It really doesn't matter to me. You know, it's just a matter of, you know, what you want, what you like, if you get along, and all these other things. But the girl sent a picture to my wife and a couple of her friends in a group chat in line. And one of the girls said, "Wow, your baby's kind of dark." And oh my God, you would have thought, you would have thought that this girl had said something and that she was committing a cardinal sin in saying that. I mean, she lost her friendship with the girl because she said that. The girl was, I don't want to be her friend anymore. And my wife was like, well, the kid is kind of dark. She told me, kid's kind of dark. Well, get over it and, you know. Yeah, they're so full of shit, though. Listen, I hate to tell you this, and I wrote this in my book. You got these taxi drivers, Thai taxi drivers. And, you know, a lot of these guys, they are career drivers. It's what they do. For whatever reason, they're in a position where they're driving a taxi, they're not doing anything else. A good portion of them, that's what they do. Now, granted, there are some that, you know, they're trying to put themselves through school or it's a second job or whatever like that. Okay, I'm not trying to belittle anybody. I'm just trying to tell the truth. And some of these guys, listen, I can tell you right now, some of these lighter-skinned girls aren't going to give them the time of day. They're going to laugh at them. They're going to go, yeah, right. I'm going to be with you? These Thai guys, they'd screw a freaking hole in the wall if you gave them one. I mean, really. They'd screw anything that moved. And I find it really... I find it pretty hilarious that the vast majority of Thai guys, let's face it, you know, if their girl happens to be the right one, unless they are high-so, unless they are fairly well off or really good looking, they're not going to be able to pick and choose and say, I only want, yeah, screw a padlock, there you go. They're not going to say, oh my God, her skin's a little dark, I don't want her. So how much of a slap in the face is it to a girl? Listen, I've seen some beautiful, absolutely beautiful dark-skinned Thai women. But Thai guys, some of the Thai guys, oh, no, I don't want her. Yeah, right. Go down, go back home, get into bed, get butt naked, and have that girl lie down next to you with her radical body that she has and smooth, silky skin, and she starts touching the guy. I guarantee you that guy's going to go, well, okay, I guess I might as well. It's such bullshit. So the fact that, okay, where do you draw this is another problem. Where do you draw the line? Okay, you're not allowed to say she has small boobs. Are you allowed to say she has big boobs? What about a guy? You know, in Isan, they have a saying, it's called bakam noi, which, you know, basically means you got a little package. Every time somebody asks me if I speak Isan, I always say, Sabai Ba or something like that. And I never will say Bakam Noi. I always say Bakam Yai. And they'll go, no, it's not Bakam Yai, it's Bakam Noi. I'm like, no. You don't seem to understand. Why you gotta torment the kid and say he's got a little package? Oh, it's so cute. No, he's got a big old package there. It's so cute. Why you gotta belittle the kid? I mean, if you wanna really look at it that way, dude, you are in the wrong chat to be talking that nonsense. When these cases appear in the news a few more times, people will stop doing it. Shut the fuck up and get out of here. Really, get out. Go before I ban you. You're just a troll coming in here starting shit. Being in the news is not going to stop people. I hate to tell you, in the real world, it's a jungle. In some places, you may not be able to say certain things, but when you go into a closed room, people are going to talk how they want to talk. When you walk down the street, people will talk about you, whether you like it or not, and you're not going to do a damn thing about it. I don't care how big you are, how bad you are. Now, you might be able to change the way they think if you are eloquent enough to speak to them and change their minds. But for the most part, you ain't going to change the whole world by telling somebody they can't say this or they can't say that. You cannot regulate thought. You're never going to regulate thought. So if you want to educate people, you want to say something, why don't you say, hey, why is it that Thais can get away with saying farang? Farang. Why can they say that? Why can they say that? Well, you got no answer for that? Why are they allowed to say that, but, you can't say somebody's got small boobs? If it's in the news all the time about this guy got called a farang, or is it racist or discriminatory or whatever you will. So don't give me that bullshit, you fucking troll. You're so full of shit. I can't stand these fucking PC people. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never harm me. You can call me a fucking beach ball. You can call me a bonehead. You can call me a fathead. You can call me a fat bastard. You can call me whatever you want. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. And what's so funny is most of the people haven't got the balls. Somebody new or somebody from another store. Most people don't have the balls to say it to somebody's face. That's the thing. They won't just say the words to their face. And to be quite honest, there really is no reason to, if you don't know somebody, there's no reason to belittle them in any way. You really don't need to. Why not have a little peace, a little love, a little understanding, and all that kind of stuff? Why not try to be that way? If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Maybe that's what you should do. But if by chance you do say, hey, that chick, somebody told me she's got massive areolas. Now what? I'm going to go to jail? Oh, these are new glasses. Shit, what's wrong here? Because I lost my other ones, so now I have all my necessary glasses. Yeah, I mean, listen, I know that I may come off as a little plucky, a little bit of a guy who tries to stand up for himself and all that kind of thing. And I will if I have to, even now at my advanced age and quickly advancing age. Once you get over 50, I don't care what anybody says, you ain't the same as when you were 21 or 22. You're physically, your body breaks down. But most of the time, 99% of the time, I'm more of the kind of guy who I want to get away from any kind of trouble, any kind of hassle going on. I want to stay away from it. I don't want to get in the middle of it. Because life's too short. It's too damn short, man. There's plenty of fun things to do out there, good things to do. You know, I get bored very easily, but I always find something to keep me going until the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day, until something happens that breaks, that I'm like, wow, that was fantastic. That was awesome. I'll be honest about, you know, our trip to Chiang Mai was great. It was a lot of fun. But, you know, in some ways, it made me realize that there are some things I'm just not going to be able to do anymore. And that's just life. But there's plenty of other things that you can do. You know what I'm saying? So when you're thinking about something as I mean, isn't there anything else to worry about aside from, oh, he said something about that girl's breasts? Well, first of all, you shouldn't do it in public if you're going to, you know, I mean, you shouldn't do it in front of somebody. I mean, you know, do it amongst your buddies or something like that. I'm not talking about you're sitting at a bar and there's a girl sitting next to you and you go, hey, look at that one over there. You know, you can look and that's all you have to do. You don't even have to say a word. Your eyes usually will speak. But, you know, I said it the other day. You never give back talk to a police officer. I don't care if they're Thai or not. You don't give any back talk to them because they are the authority. The way to do it is you let them do what they got to do, and then when you have your day in court, that's when you deal with it. And so when it comes to something as small as boobs, ass, I mean, you could say Thai girls have no asses. There's a lot of guys who believe that. I don't really believe it. I think that they tend to be small. So they may not have the big bundas that, you know, the Brazilians or Kim Kardashian has. But, you know, that's people are different, you know. What are you going to do? You put in ass implants? I don't think so. Good morning, Mr. Alpharetta. Good morning, and yeah, what's today? Today's the 21st. I'm probably going to do a stream on the 24th or the 25th. Santa Claus will be coming to town. I don't know if he comes to Thailand, but I don't know if he'll come to my house either. I have no idea. Let me see something here. I got to look something up here. Let's see here. Oops. Let's see. Of course not. Yes, Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. I think that's appropriate in this chat. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, where'd you get that little tree at? There you go. Oh. Let's put this one up here too. There we go. Ho, ho, ho. You know, I have to talk about something else here, and that is about this whole New Year's thing, and you know, my wife was asking the kids, and me, we're all sitting there, what do you guys want to do for New Year's? And we all looked at each other. We were like, do? What are we going to do? You want to go out and all of us are going to go out drinking? We're going to go drinking together? We're not going to go out anywhere, you know. And here it is right here. Visitors to events with more than 1,000 people are required to be fully vaccinated and present antigen test results taken within 72 hours. For smaller events, visitors are only expected to present proof of being fully jabbed. Yeah, exactly. I'm parked at home. I'll tell you what, last month was a pretty good month. The month before that was a very good month. This month, quite honestly, has not been it hasn't been fantastic. It's been a bit blasé. Because, I've come to the conclusion, this is my own conclusion. This is what I believe. I don't think Thailand is ever going to be what it once was. That's my own opinion. I think there are a lot of great things to do here, a lot of fantastic things to do. I think if the government, whether it be the current government or future governments, are similar. If the future governments are similar to this one, they don't make a drastic change. I think there's still going to be foreigners living here. There's still going to be people wanting to come here. But they're going to have to tap into a new market. And I don't know that the Russians and the Indians are going to want to come here. I don't know about the Chinese. But by that time, who knows? In another 3 years, 4 years, things will and could be extremely different. I think they will be very different from the way they look now and the way they looked. And I've said this before. I said, dude, you're a fucking irritant. See you later. Are you trying to get banned here? I mean, do you really want to get banned? What's your opinion? I don't even know who this singer is. I have no fucking clue. I barely know who La Lisa is. So, see you later. I'm in the Christmas spirit, but I don't need this bullshit. I don't need some dumbass. In fact, let's get rid of your ass. Do what you want, you fucking trolls. I don't care. There's always going to be haters out there. I prefer to be a little peaceful and, mellow and show the love, man, Just, why be an asshole? What the hell do I know about these? Half the time I don't know about any of these people. What does it matter? And what does it matter what I think? Listen, I'm just giving my opinions. Nobody pays me to be right. In fact, nobody pays me. But, I never say I'm right all the time. I'm human. But what I do know is I don't like wearing masks. Do you spit or swallow because you suck, troll? That's the thing, Why should I do anything with the trolls? I just let the people in the chat handle it. There's some people, here's the thing. There are some people that will always be douchebags, chowderheads, dummies, whatever you want to call it. I've never claimed to be the very brightest. I've never been the most original when it comes to ideas or anything like that. I'm just me, man, And the thing is this is my channel, and if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. But if you want to watch it and you want to be a troll, then you get banned. Well, speaking of t-shirts, there are t-shirts available. Please get one. Wear your t-shirt. Wear your I Don't Hate People t-shirt with my lovely face on it. Get a Wake Up Chowderhead. Get a, what the hell is it? What was that one? What's the one? The Captain Save-A-Ho. Believe it or not, that shirt is the best-selling shirt I have. And I'm going to discontinue it because it needs to fit into a certain genre of viewer. And I don't know if that genre is the right genre. Yeah, well, I've been at this for a long time, and I'm feeling a bit stale, to be honest. I hear it from my wife all the time, and my kids. They say the same thing over and over again. Well, do something different. Like, what do you want me to do? You want me to jump up and down and dance like a little monkey? You know, what do you want me to do? I only got so many ideas. I can only go to Chinatown so many times, you know, and there are some places still left to go. And that's why kayaking, trekking, whatever, okay, but you know, even yesterday when Sunday when I went to Chattachuk, I hadn't been there it'd been like 6 months or something like that. And to be honest, I'm like, this sucks. This place sucks. I hate to say it. It's my opinion. Not to take. I was doing handout. Well, if she said that, then I would listen to her. However, you know, again, they can't look a gift horse in the mouth. That's the thing. I still want a That's Baby. Yeah, well, you know, here's the thing. I don't have enough people buying the t-shirts for me to keep making designs. I can't design everything myself. I've designed a few of the things, and I've had some places on Fiverr, a couple guys on Fiverr that I've been using over the years have designed some of the shirts. But a lot of their prices are going up, man. They're not like, you can't get anything for $5 anymore on that website. It used to be it would cost about $30 or something like that to get a design done. Now it's like $100. But yeah, you know, this is the thing, Carlos. If they want to, you know, if they don't want the handout, then okay, don't take it. But if you want the handout, well, we request that you let us take photos. That's what you got to do. You got to make it a stipulation. You know, hey, we're giving these out, but we really would like to have photos so that we can show people what's going on, that people are getting help, and you know, that we're giving out a little bit of help, and some people are getting some assistance. But, you know, I understand they may feel, what's the word? You know, they don't want people looking at them like, we're so poor we need a handout. But they are. And, you know, you're going out there, and, you know, your wife is going out there and doing a lot of good things. You know, I mean, I guess it depends on, you know, do you really need the photos, or you just want them for yourself, you know? Well, you know, they might feel offended. Well, they don't feel too offended to take the food. You know what I mean? But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's about what are you going to do with the photos? Yeah, well, this is I can tell you right now that every time I'm in Starbucks, there is no monetization going on my channel because I can't monetize because of the music. Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, you know, if they want to accept it, they got to understand, hey, photos might be taken. If they don't want photos taken, well then, you know, we're very sorry, but this is a stipulation of us handing out the food. However, if you're not going to put the photos anywhere, and you're not going to do anything with them, then really, I mean, it's just for yourself. Maybe you could try just telling them, listen, I just want a few for myself for when I get older or something. I don't know, for my kids, or, you know. I mean, you don't want to offend anybody. But I kind of, why would they be worried about that? You know, Listen, let me see something here. Okay. Um, I'm gonna just stop streaming. I've already said I'm gonna stop YouTubing at some point. It is gonna happen, and it's gonna happen sooner than you may think. But the streaming is something that, you know, I do for the people. I do it for people who are subscribers. You know, and let me see something here. But when I'm sitting here like at Starbucks, I already kind of know I'm not gonna make any money. You know, you can't make any money. You can't make money when there's music playing in the background. That's just the way that YouTube is. It's how it goes. Let me see something here. What is the... Oh, it doesn't show. Oh, we have to... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I understand everybody, and you know, you are somebody, you know, I value you as a viewer. I value, you know, most of the people. I don't value the trolls very much. To me, they're just a bunch of sad fuckers. But I've got to the point now where I kind of feel like I don't want to, I don't know, you know, they don't bother me anymore because, you know, I'd rather just be like, I feel sorry for them. You know, I'm in a unique position because I'm you know, I'm doing some things that a lot of people wish they could do, and my life is a hell of a lot better than people might think it is. Even though it can be boring at times, monotonous. That's life. You know. It's taken me a long time to get to the point where, you know, the trolls, big fucking deal, you know. Anybody could be a troll. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I've ever. I'm trying to think have I left a negative comment for somebody on their YouTube video or never in a chat. I don't think. Because what's the point? You're online. You want to say something, say it to the person's face. And you can't do that on YouTube. So, you know, what's the point? What does it matter? You know, it doesn't matter. Limit live streams to an hour and a half. Well, that's easier said than done, my friend. I hate to say that, but, you know, maybe sometimes when things are a little slow or the topic slows down or there's not that many, you know, viewers. I mean, usually I get between 50 and 100 viewers, which is not huge, but, you know, maybe I'm just getting old. I don't know, you know. Maybe I don't have the young mentality now, you know, that is good for YouTube. I don't know. But there's a lot of old guys on YouTube who are killing it. So, oh, they're open. Anyway, it's not about the time for me, really. We have spread the word around that area. If you're hungry, you're welcome to come eat with us. Well, that's good. So, but then you can't take a photo. You can't even take a photo of the people that come to eat and the good time you're having. I mean, some people just don't want their photos taken. I get it. I mean, I've taken a lot of photos in my life. And sometimes you get people that are just like, they don't want their photo taken. You know, simple as that. I don't know what, you know, this is another thing. All right, let me go on here. I lost my train of thought a while ago. Oh yeah, don't fall for fraudsters who offer to issue COVID-19 vaccination certificates for those who have not been jabbed. So if you are that vehemently against being jabbed, then don't go and get a fake certificate, because you might end up in jail and they might stick your ass anyway. Literally. Both fraudster and users will be punished because they could spread the disease. Oh, God. I'm really, I know I'm not the only one, but I am really tired of this fear factor. Everything's about the fear. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna die one day. And I don't wanna die now. I'd rather die later. You know, but like, stop trying to scare me in the news. I could look at any news. Let me see here. Let's go to Reuters. I don't even want to go to CNN, because forget about it. Forget about CNN and their rather perverted network of broadcasters. Now dominant Omicron variant drives. What does it drive? Drives surge in COVID cases across the United States. Beware. Cases have surged in New York City across the United States over the weekend. That old lady came back. All right, well, yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, I did see that the Democrats are all pissed off at this guy Manchin. And you know, it's like, listen, why does a person, you don't have to vote and agree with a particular party simply because you are part of their party. I know that that's how they think it works, but that's not how it works. It's not how it should work. If you don't agree with it, you don't vote for. You vote against. And he has the right to do that. And I'm damn glad to see that he does it for whatever reason. I don't want to know the reasons. I don't give a shit, but I'm just saying. Oh, Texas's Harris County records its first death linked to Omicron. Some countries shorten booster timelines. Oh, that's a good one. Uh-oh. Chinese spies have penetrated Taiwan's military. Everything is fear. That's how it works. Malin's last live stream ever. You don't want to miss it. Australia rules out lockdowns despite Omicron surge. See, the very way that they set the title. Now, what countries are shortening the booster time? What countries? Oh, Southern Africa and UK. The variant is spreading very quickly, prompting forecasts that it will soon outpace Delta in several countries. You don't hear much out of Africa, do you? Many countries, including the United States, earlier this year authorized booster doses at 6 months after a person completes vaccination. This month, South Korea, the United Kingdom, and Thailand cut that interval to 3 months, which means I can get a booster right now. If I feel like traveling, I can go get a booster. If I feel like going to Bangsu. There we go. No one gets out of here alive. I need to go get another coffee. I'm dying out over here. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 5. I was hoping I didn't have to get up. I could just say, coffee, please. Espresso, please. All right, here we go. Okay, well, I got my coffee coming. Today's another wonderful day. There still is not a cloud in the sky. So if anybody has anything to be grateful for in Thailand, it's the weather. Because it is a beautiful day out. Oh, God. I choose not to live in fear, okay? Thank you, Madam Mook. I wonder if anybody calls her Mookie, like Mookie Wilson. Now I can see my coffee. Cheers, Das Vidania. No, not Das Vidania. What is it? Dastrovia or something like that. Nastrovia. Well, I mean, if they shut down here, that's a huge, in my opinion, I'm going to say that. I want to be clear. If they shut down, that is a massive step backwards. What is this? Pimp myself out? I ain't pimping myself out for nobody. If the information and the 8 years of streams and videos and entertainment and rants is not enough, I don't know what else is. There are some people in this chat that I would meet in a heartbeat. Other than that, those days are over. Scotty will not be going out meeting people he doesn't know. I don't care what they pay me. I used to think, hey, I don't have time, and like I don't really have a job where I have to go and work 9 to 5. Why don't I have any time? I used to have more time. Here we go. You unlocked it. That's the way it goes. They're not supposed to be going in. Oh, they're getting told that no, I guess now. Monash, I'll meet with you, Monash. Well, you Aussies, you know I'll meet with you guys. And even some of the Americans. There's a couple, there's some people, I mean, I would meet some people, for sure. And the reason I don't do a meetup here is because there's just not generally enough people. We went to, I went to Pattaya. Hey, Niall, how you doing? All is well. And, we met up with, 7 or 8 people. And the last time, I think there was like 6 or 7 of us. But it's not like, it's not like there's, going to be 100 people or 200 people all, and I'm up on a stage and they're cheering. It's not going to be any of that shit. I don't want that in my life. right, let me see here. What else was I going to talk about here? Welcome to, okay, they got a picture here. This is on Bangkok Jack about suspending the quarantine free travel. And I guess Anutin said there will be more measures to tackle the spread of the virus, especially for New Year's celebration. I apologize for the new measures that will be introduced, which may disturb the celebration. As of November 18th, the country Thailand has seen over 126 visitors via the test and go scheme, mainly from Europe and North America. But, you know, now they're talking about stopping that and having a quarantine. I can't imagine them having more than a 7-day quarantine, but that is such a massive step backwards. It's best to keep the circle small, my friend. Yes, indeed. The circle should be small. You know, I've got a couple friends back in the United States that I've had for, one of them I've had for 39 years. Another one I've had for about 22. Another one for what? How long have I known him? 37 years, something like that, 36 years. And here in Thailand, you know, there's two guys, but one guy in particular that I talk to all the time. And we've been friends for what, 27 years? So, long time. Pub crawl. Vegemite, ew. Vegemite. Maybe you should bring the sheep's head or whatever. What is that thing that they do in Scotland? Is it Scotland that they do that? Where they put they put something underground. I forget what it's called. Yeah, there you go. Don't meet your heroes. I don't want to be anybody's hero. Listen, if you learn a little something from something I say, great. Just like if I learn something from what you say, great. That's fantastic. I think that's about all you can hope for. And you know, there's a handful, haggis, thank you. There are, you know, I've lost touch with some of them. I don't even know if some of them still live here. I know some of them have had some problems, but it was because, no offense, but because they didn't listen to me. They did stupid shit they shouldn't have done. But for the most part, you know, most guys, they would have made it with or without me, but I just helped them a little bit and made things a little bit easier. And you know, that's what friends are for. There you go. Who sang that? It's not Dionne Warwick, was it? I thought somebody else wrote that song. I don't know. Haggis. Yeah, I've never had it before. I would give it a bite. I don't know that I would try that balut from the Philippines. I don't think I would try that. It's a little too nasty. I have had goat brain before. And actually, that was quite good. I was very surprised. I didn't really know. It was curried goat brains. And it was really, really good. Give it a shot. With a little help from your friends. I thought February 14th is Stephen Monash's Freedom Day. Listen, you know, some of you guys may not have heard this, me say this earlier, but we were talking about how now, according to the Thai Daily News, that if you make a statement, whether it's, I guess, privately or online, if you make a statement that a woman has small breasts, you can be fined or get a year in jail because it's an insult. The problem of small breast, it's not a small one. It can become a big one. Problem. These are the reasons why I kind of want to get off the internet. I gotta find a way off. I'm really trying to edge my way out. I gotta get off the internet. I have curated much of my social media now, and I really don't post a whole lot other than like a video, whatever the current video is or something like that. But FYI, if anybody's on my personal Facebook page and you get deleted, go on to my American in Bangkok page and like me there or follow me there, because I'm going to start deleting some people. And it's not necessarily because I had any issues or anything like that. I just want to keep the people who are on my personal page are people that I actually know. I don't. That's why anytime anybody ever sends me a message, it's time to just whoosh. Facebook's got to be one of the worst freaking. Yeah, just when you think you are out, they pull you back in. Wait a minute, what is this? Yeah, make big breasts great again. That's fantastic. That's a good shirt. You gotta be very careful. You know, I can see Thailand becoming worse than what is going on in America now. I can tell you right now that if I ever am to move back to the United States, it would only be for a few months at a time. Like, you know, I got things to take care of in the States. There's a few things I've been needing to take care of now for two and a half years. But you know, they're not anything really, really important, but eventually they will be important. I have some time, but I can't see myself ever living there full time again. And I only really, listen, I got friends, like I said, that live there. One of my friends, listen to this, I have 3 really good friends in the United States. One guy and his wife are moving to Europe. They can live in the EU or they can live in the UK. Another guy, he lives in, I think, Reno, and he will probably never leave there. And I don't think he's ever going to travel internationally. He's just that kind of a guy. And he loves it there because it's beautiful. And then the other guy, he's the guy who bought a place in Ecuador. So out of my friends, 2 out of 3 of them are moving or have already partially moved outside of the United States. Yeah, you know, Dallo, that's something that I have wanted to do for a long time, but it's quite expensive for me to do what I want to do, which is I wanted to go to all the places that I lived and all the places that the major places that I went and visited but really all the places that I lived in America over my life, and I wanted to go back and photograph them and travel from one place to another and maybe stop and see some of my friends that they've been friends with me for a long time, but I haven't seen them in like 25 years or something, 30 years. But other than that, maybe a couple of months, there's going to be a plan B. And I think my wife feels the same way, so that's great. And I was thinking about something. If we were to go to plan B and the kids are living here, working here, or they're back in the States and they're whatever they're doing, at some point, I think my wife will be in a position where she can say, okay, they're on their own. I don't have to always be close to them. I can just pick up the phone or whatever. Because I think about it, and my friends who are, well, they've already started to move to Portugal. But they're going to be moving there full time in the next couple of years. They've got 2 kids, and they have now graduated, and their kids are out doing their own thing. They're not living at home anymore. They're not, and so that time may come, and when that time comes, hopefully there will be places that my wife and I can agree upon where we'd like to stay for a little while, and maybe, who knows, maybe we would end up living there part-time or whatever, I don't know. How many more days, Jim? Well, technology makes a big difference in many ways. It makes a big difference because even now, some of my photos are up and they're available to purchase. And if I need to send a file, I need to send a manipulated file or something like that, I can just send it. There's things like Dropbox and stuff like that where you just put a bunch of files in Dropbox, boom, and my buddy gets them straight away. There's that. There's so many things you can do because of technology. It makes it so much easier. But that does not necessarily mean for me that social media is something that I love. I don't know why, but I just don't. I don't like the whole. I've been watching. What's the name of that show? Dexter: New Blood. And they have a girl on this show who has a podcast, and it's about mysterious deaths and mysterious murders and stuff like that. And she's constantly on the phone on the show, I got to take a picture and upload it. Oh, I've got to do it. And, I just thought about that, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And, listen, I'm as guilty probably as she is. Because, I'm constantly streaming or whatever. But, I don't really, I wish I could just snap my fingers and it was up. Or there was another way to do it. Like, you buy a newsletter and once a month it comes to you. It gets mailed out to you. Like, remember the old days? Mail order? There is no more mail order, really. Mail order is pretty much dead. It's all done online. Well, Facebook is good for that. My parents have not got with the whole video chat. They just can't be bothered with it. And I use the Magic Jack. So, with that, in that regard, in communication, it's fantastic because you can call, think about it. I think about sometimes when I used to live in certain places and I'd call just across the country and I'd end up spending $20 on a phone call or something like that, or every month my bill was $100 and I'm like, Oh shit. Did I do that? Oh yes, I did. Okay. I was thinking about something. Could do without this music. Do I get a say in the music here? I'm here almost every day. I don't get a say in the music? What's the deal? Can you not change the tape here? Let me put some of my music in. Somehow I don't think that's gonna fly. Where's Gennaro? Gennaro's not here today. How dare he? I've been trying to get Longhorns to come in here, but I guess he's still, his schedule is a little off. His time schedule or whatever here. It is delayed because Social Security is dicking me around. I've been trying to get my claim resolved for 6 weeks. Yeah, well, believe me, I'm counting the days to Social Security. You know. I can tell you that when Social Security hits, Scotty will not be. Scotty will probably say, "That's it. That's the end. It's time to get the tequila bottle wherever I may be, and every night have a shot and a nice meal, or a beer or a glass of wine and a nice meal. Kick my feet up, look out at the ocean." Make sure I have fruit for the next day's breakfast, and there we go. Mid-February, really? Oh, that's some bullshit. Well, that makes you feel good, doesn't it? Listen, I had a hell of a time trying to get my Social Security cards for my kids. And originally, I was told I needed to contact Manila. I contacted Manila, sent them out their information. They said, "We're sorry, we can't do this for you." I'm like, "Okay, so then what's the problem?" Because in the United States, they told me to go to you. You're telling me I got to go to the United States. I got to talk to the United States office. So then I called the United States. I go, hey, I got the papers, blah, blah, blah. They said, you need to tell them that they are required to do it or whatever. So then, finally, I got the cards for them. Which should be pretty easy, but it took me about 2 years to get their cards. And I'm not shitting you. It took me about 2 years of riding back and forth to get the actual cards. It's maybe a year and a half. And they are now wrapped in a plastic bag, covered and taped, so that nothing happens to those cards. They are set in a folder with all the other important documents we have, so that if anything happens, even if I drop water on the thing, they're going to be okay, because that's how much I value them. I'm like, just make sure you got this card. Always have this card. You don't want to go to the United States and go, yeah, I'm gonna, I'm applying for a job. You got the job. We need your Social Security card. Not have. These are the same people who want to control our health care. Oh my God. Mr. Minash, thank you very much. You are the first person in, I don't know how long, like a week of streams. You're the first person. You are the very first person. I think everybody's saving their money for Santa, which is understandable. Fortunately, I also have a pension from working at the airport, so I can feed myself. Well, that's good. So you've stopped working now. Yeah. So, this is the thing. No money, no honey, baby. It's the way it works. But, there are a lot of people out there who are quite generous, and this shit's coming to an end. And I mean that. I don't know when, It may be, maybe a little while. There's some things that I want to do with the channel and with me just to succeed in my own head. Like I'd like to hit 15,000 subscribers. I almost brought my camera today here because what I want to do is I want to get some 4K footage from in the city, there's some locations that I really want to shoot. Not with my iPhone like I usually do, and the little gimbal or whatever. That's not how I want to do it. I want to actually get some quality footage, and so it may be a couple of years. I don't know, but there are some things that I want to do just to prove it to myself that I've done what I wanted to do, because I haven't done what I want to do yet. And to be frank, I've been kind of lazy, because when I get bored, I get lazy about shit. And then I'm like, okay, well, eventually I'll get the mojo back, hopefully. I'll feel like I want to really do something. I'll be, like I really did want to get better footage of the kayaking. And that will happen eventually. There's a couple of trips that I want to take, not like tourist type trips, but trips to places that are going to take a bit of logistical work, and I want to do that, and I want to actually capture that and make some decent footage. So it means like getting somebody to help me, and there's a lot of stuff I want to do, but. Anyway, thank you, and choke D. What D-A-S? Oh, yes, Mr. Andy Stubbs. You retired on December 3rd. I can't believe it's almost another Christmas. Crazy. Gennaro, come on, man. Like I already said this an hour ago. Where were you? What's going on? Well, maybe I should start posting it in the description. Today's barista? It's Miss Mook and Miss Beer. Oh, God. I'm going to have to start putting that in the description. What was the place I went the other day? Oh, at Chatter Shack. You had like 5 people working there. There was not one person. Hey, don't make excuses to me, man. Christmas, all the shopping done. Just buy for the kids now. Christmas shopping? What are you talking about? Topless Tuesday. Yeah, Topless Tuesday. You can see them all. Small breast, big breast, whatever. Just don't talk about it. I'm waiting for any news from Thailand with the Thai pass, fingers crossed. Yeah, they have not said when that information was going to come out, but he's supposed to talk. Anatin is supposed to talk to the CCSA. You can't even see him right now, Gennaro. When she comes over here, I'll tell her to say hello, or I'll ask her. Excuse me. I don't want to give anybody the wrong impression. I order her. You guys are terrible, really. It would be nice to have like a huge party in Thailand where everybody just got inebriated, totally shit-faced, like, we rented out a bar for the evening and everybody just got smashed. Beer, tequila, whiskey, whatever. Everybody got just hammered. That would be kind of nice. Just people from the chat. And I'm not talking about, newbies. I'm talking about people who've been around for a while. That would be nice. Need to tell Gennaro that he cannot make Anna. Oh, yes, that's right. You cannot, Gennaro, if you say anything about small breastises, in Thailand, you can be thrown in jail for up to a year or fined 1,000 baht. Apparently, the girls don't take kindly to it, even if it's true. What I found, now I'm going to go ahead and say this because I'm going to. What I know from my own anecdotal experiences, from the evidence that I have gathered from when I first came here, many of the bras that the girls wear here tend to be rather stuffed, padded. When I was growing up, it was, she stuffs. What? She stuffs her bra. You know, they put toilet paper in there to make them look bigger or something. Now you just get a pad that's about 4 inches thick, and all of a sudden the girl's got the big breastises. Seriously. I mean, that's, I don't think they got the little bra exhibit going on right now, exhibition. Sometimes they'll have there you go. Sometimes when you go walking around, or I go walking around, and they have the panties, the bra and panties being sold out in the front, it's like that's all they got to fill up their exhibit hall. Or if I'm upstairs and I happen to be walking through the area, which is right next to like the camping gear. I don't know how that works out. But I never see like bras that have almost no padding in them. They all have ample padding. Starbucks only hires fair-skinned with big McGuffies. McGuffey? Now that's not PC. What's a McGuffey? Never heard that one before. Is that kind of like a McMuffin? Actually, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I have to be careful about this one, but there are some rather dark-skinned ones working at Starbucks. I've seen some. And I would not say that they have big McGuffies. I'm not saying they're small. I'm just saying they're not big. Anyway. Oh my God. I remember back in the day being on the river, Havasu, and girls all day long, they're showing their breastises. They were not shy. And in Fort Lauderdale, when I was a youngster, Fort Lauderdale, in the bars, it was always the wet T-shirt contest, and the girls would lift their shirt up, and life was good then. When you're a 17-year-old kid and you got girls sticking their breast in your face that are college girls, you're like, wow, this is fantastic. This is wonderful. Life is so good. Life is so good to me. Oh God. I'm looking for your favorite. I'm looking for your favorite here, Gennaro, but I don't see her. I don't see her. All right, let's move past the boob talk. Oh, the tourist police now have a mobile app. Let those puppies breathe. Yeah, I've heard that before. Tourist police launch mobile app for faster response. I alert you. Oh God. And let me show you how they spelled this. To provide emergency response as well as general assistance to tourists and therefore promote safer travel. Here it is right here. That's the name of the app, apparently. I mean, that's a pretty good idea, I guess. Users can directly ask for help or take a photo of an incident via the application, and the system will connect to the 1155 Emergency Response Center, which will call back to the telephone number used to register the application and dispatch a tourist police unit nearest to your location. It's available in 5 languages: English, Chinese, Russian, Japanese, and Korean. What about Australian and British? They're not available in those languages? Tourist polices are planning to add French, German, Arabic, Australian, and British. I thought it was funny. It's just kind of like the little button on the inside of the taxi where you push the red button and it's emergency button. You know, I have to say that I have talked to a few of these girls working at Starbucks. And some of them have been working here for 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. They've been here for a long time. And not here, of course, but in some places, you can tell when they've kind of like had enough of the whole Starbucks experience. They're just kind of going through the motions. They don't really want to be here, and they have told me, yes, it is a boring job. Aussies don't speak English. I don't know what Aussies speak. You're on it. Let me see here. What is this? Yeah, you know, you guys may know, but there's a... Oh, by the way, do not forget about the what's it called? iDriver, the new service, that relatively new service here, that is a competitor of Grab. Because I'll tell you what, the other day I went, where did I go? I went to CASHAPP, and from my house, it was 236 baht on Grab. That's a Grab taxi. 236 baht, which is about $7, a little more than $7. And on the iDriver, it was 186 baht. So I saved about $1.50 by using iDriver. And an iDriver, I'm going to do this here, is basically the same as Grab. Not a huge difference. Some of them use taxis, some of them use their own car. Boring until some psycho lady comes in and starts assaulting people. That doesn't happen enough. I wish it happened more often. Oh, there's the fuzz. A boy in brown. Yes, it is a relatively new one. It's been in Bangkok, I think, for about a month and a half. And their system is just like Grabs. It's better in my opinion than Bolt, which I don't even use anymore. I deleted it. I don't use it. The only thing so far is that the iDriver, you got to pay cash, which is not always convenient for me because nowadays I tend to only carry as much cash as I'm willing to part with on any particular day. This is not the old days when I used to walk around. Listen, when I used to go to the bars and I used to travel around Thailand a lot more. I used to carry around, $500, $1,000 all the time. Now it's more like, maybe 1,000 baht. No, I don't see cross-legged girl. I don't think you want cross-legged girl, to be completely honest. I don't think you want her. Oh, well, let's see here. We got all kinds here, Gennaro. Don't you know that? Sure. That's the wonderful thing here. There's big, small, tall, short, fat, skinny. There's all kinds. And if you want, what's her name, bow-legged girl or cross-legged girl, you can have her. Ugh. You know what, Gennaro, I'm going to say those two would be rather poor choices. Really. Not to be, those would be poor choices. My wife wants to go to Konkan, iDriver rim shot. Here's to swimming with bow-legged women. Well, there is something to be said about bow-legged women. Say goodbye. I'm dreaming of a coconut girl. The other day when I went over there, she was not there. That's the thing, she's not always there. I don't know why. Oh my God, Gennaro, she's a hottie. At first I was thinking that maybe she was not exactly what she seems to be. But I quickly nixed that I was incorrect. So, had to take my glasses off. Gennaro, I don't know if you heard this. InDriver, is that what it is? Yeah, InDriver. iDriver. One thing that got me going about streaming was I was thinking about how when I was in CASHAPP the other day, how shitty it was to wear the mask and to be, sitting in the taxi and with a mask on, and then being in the subway wearing a mask, and it's like you have to wear the mask everywhere. Then I got into Starbucks yesterday, and the mask, I have the mask kind of like it was right here, and the mask fell off and went on the floor, and I just forgot about it. I'm walking around in the grocery store. I'm the only guy that I saw in the whole mall from where I was walking around didn't have a mask on. And I'm like, oh shit, I hope security doesn't come and like escort me out and say, we're taking you to our office. You're gonna take a beating for not wearing your mask. I was actually thinking to myself, oh God, I hope I don't get into trouble for not having a mask. And when you start thinking like that, I think it's about time to rethink the way of the world. We are the world. We are the children. Listen, I ain't done anything. This is the thing. I try to tell my wife this as well. I'm like, listen, the most I do is say hello, goodbye, maybe a couple of words to a woman. I don't even think about it anymore. Yeah, we are. Speak for yourself there, Mr. Monash. We are the downtrodden. We are the powerless. Sure feels that way. I'm trying to think, what am I going to have for lunch today? Had a nice curried chicken breast, chicken cutlet yesterday. And, your girl is done, Gennaro. I don't know what she's doing now, but if she gets out here, I'll see if I can get her to come over here. Yesterday, I get home and Alex is laying on the sofa. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? It's the afternoon. And yeah, maybe I'll go over there, all right? Just, we'll see. Anyway, I was like, well, first what happens is I say to the wife, where's Alex? She's like, he's with his friends playing laser tag. I'm like, okay, is it really? They're shut down again? So then I go upstairs. I come back downstairs. He's home. New Zealand delayed the planned reopening of its international border because of the sweeping spread of the Omicron. Learn to live with it. I don't see anything about the UK, but I haven't looked at the BBC. Anyway, I see him again, and he's like laying on the sofa. I go, dude, what are you doing? I'm in pain. I didn't know, but they have these laser tag places. I'm thinking of paintball. Oh, you get hit by some paintballs. No. He's playing laser tag. They have these like whole little, I don't even know what you call them, play areas where you run around and you hide behind certain walls and certain structures, and you try to shoot each other with the laser gun. And apparently, he was leaping and sliding and doing all kinds of things to avoid being hit and to get his, he's very competitive. And I'm like, so what's the matter with you? Oh, I'm all banged up. His knees are all scraped up from hitting. He's jumping on metal grating. His elbows are scraped. And he's like, this one was really bad. And his elbows all scraped up. I go, well, what are you leaping and jumping for on metal? Don't they give you elbow pads? Because if I'm not wrong, when you're playing paintball, they give you like a helmet, a face shield. They give you like elbow pads, knee pads, and that way, you don't get hurt. I guess in laser tag, all they do is they give you something that you put on your head to sense if you get hit. Other than that, you're on your own. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, listen, you think of it as, oh, I'm having a great time. I think of it as, are you hurt? Well, yeah, I'm really sore. And no, 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 no. Are you hurt? Are you badly hurt? No. Okay, don't get badly hurt. I think of it as we're going to have to pay. I think of it as, do we have to pay a hospital bill, and are you okay? You think of it as, I'm going to go have fun. And I'm like, I understand that because I've thought that way for almost 60 years. But, you know, yeah, I don't see anything about the UK shutting down. I'm on the BBC. It does say an event canceled is better than a life canceled, warns the World Health Organization's head. The people rage quitting their jobs. The city that wakes up to eat at 4 a.m. They got some good stuff on here. Let me see here. What? Oh, Trang, the Thai city obsessed with breakfast. Wow. The southern Thai city, this is interesting. People wake up before 4 a.m. and flock to dim sum halls, vintage cafes, and street food. There we go, right there. That's what I'm going to have to do. I have to go to Trang. I've been there before. I didn't know that it was... In Trang, you can kick off your day at an immense dim sum hall. Decades-old restaurants selling steaming bowls of noodles and rice porridge. Cafes and stalls boasting trays of curries, stir-fries and soup. Street-side vendors hawking crispy, deep-fried sticks of dough. And most famously, stalls selling local-style roast pork by the kilogram. There we go, roast pork. It's fun, indulgent, delicious, and overwhelming. But why breakfast and why Trang? It's a good question. Restaurants in Trang accommodate the various types of workers here, explained Kanaporn Janjiratsak, a Trang-based restaurateur and amateur food historian. When I asked her why Trang was so mad about breakfast, rubber tappers wake up at 2 a.m., people who run restaurants go shopping for ingredients at 5, and people here are eating all the time. Are you serious? You can't go on the interstate without being tested? Well, I don't know any other way to put it, but they're finding ways to make it mandatory that you get vaccinated. And they're going to find ways that make it mandatory that you're tested everywhere you go. And to me, it's extreme. Have the numbers dropped from 1 year ago? Yes, they have. Are they still dropping? The number of deaths? I believe they have. Let's take a look at that, shall we? Decreased from January 2021 to December 2021. Well, it doesn't really. Latest insights. All right, here. This is from the UK website, ons.gov.uk, and it says that 909 deaths following the rest of the last week. Mortality rates due to COVID-19 decreased between September and October in England. It also said that for people who have been vaccinated, fully vaccinated, that the number of people hospitalized and who died has dropped dramatically versus the people who are unvaccinated. So you just want to go on the highway and you have to be tested. Being vaccinated is not enough. How do they freaking figure that all out? How in the hell do you go on the interstate? How do they manage that? I never knew that. And that's crazy. That's pretty crazy. And how good are the tests, how long are the tests good for so that you can drive on the interstate? I mean, is it like every time you go on the interstate you need to test, or what? Now we were talking about the booster, and up until yesterday I did not know of a way to get a booster, and now apparently they are becoming more available, but I'm not about to go to the new train station just to get my booster. August, September, October. Yeah, it's been about 5 months for me, so if I'm gonna get one, I'm due. Guys, we're coming to we got a few minutes left, but do me a favor before this stream is over, or after it's over, whatever. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe, click the notification bell, or don't, up to you. And check down in the description on the ways you can help support the channel. You can become a member of the channel, a sponsor of the channel, for as little as $1.99, $1.99. And don't worry, I'm not going to be doing this for another 10 or 20 years. I don't believe that. It ain't going to happen. So, you know, it's not like you got to feel obligated to. And you can also do the one-hit wonder thing down there. There's all kinds of ways that you can help. Yeah, maybe I'll live stream me getting the booster. Not gonna happen. I did a little video about getting vaccinated. They have their act together. When it comes to actually getting the shot, they have their act together. But they really do. It's a production line. It's just getting to the place and spending all the hours and hours to get there and deal with this shit. You know. You just got the booster, okay. And how worried are you? You know, somebody asked me the other day, they said, "Are you scared?" I said, "Scared of what?" I'm too stupid to be scared. I'm not. There's very little that scares me. Now, if I was in a cage with a tiger, I'd probably be scared shitless. Well, not probably. I would be. I'd be scared shitless. When do I plan to stream again? I don't know. Maybe Christmas morning. Maybe New Year's morning. New Year's Eve morning. Maybe New Year's Eve. I'm not really sure. You know, I don't know. Like I said, I'm just not really sure. Yeah. Well, it's been changed here. It's been changed to 3 months here, Dallo. So, you know, I guess I'm past due. I gotta have my Santa hat. I gotta find my Santa hat. That's one of the mitigating factors. If I don't have my Santa hat, I cannot do the next stream. So I'm gonna have to get a Santa's hat, or I'm gonna have to find my old one. And then I have to decide to drink or not to drink. That is the question. Should I have some of Malin's special eggnog? Or should I just have a beer? Or, you know, I don't know. It doesn't feel like Christmas. Well, you should be scared, Andy. I mean, you know, and I don't mean scared as in, you know, but, you know, concerned. Because, you know, it can screw up your trip and they don't give a shit. I don't even know, I don't know how do you make eggnog, and I've never made it myself. And you probably can't buy it here. or at least not in Fresh Mart. Wouldn't mind having a little eggnog. You know. There you go. Ho, ho, ho. Thank you very much there, Dowlo. I had a Santa hat last year or the year before. I don't remember. I don't know what I did with it. You know, we had a fake tree. We used to get the real trees. And then we got a big fake tree. And we had that a couple of years. And then that thing got smashed or destroyed. And we bought a little tiny tree. A little tree that we stood up. You know, we stood on the floor in our old house. Then we bought like a tabletop one. Then we just went, screw it, you know. Well, I'll tell you what. You might be in luck. I'm not going over there like in the next 2 minutes, but I may go over there in the next 5 or 10. And the reason, well, it's only 11:20. The reason, okay, well, still, the reason is because they have a restaurant over there. It's not the most fantastic restaurant, but you know, it's like 129, 159 baht. You know, like $5. You know, $6-7. You can get yourself a nice bowl of ravioli or some kind of pasta. They got all kind. They have like steak with the buttered bread and all that kind of. So I'm kind of feeling like a halfway decent lunch, and I don't want to go to the grocery store. So I think maybe today is the day that I will walk over to Happy Street. We'll chill out there for a few minutes. And then afterwards, I'll go and have my, or maybe I'll just go into the place and have something to eat. I don't know. Maybe you got barista working there. Oh, and by the way, not that it's really going to matter to you guys, but it will matter to me. There is a noodle lady across from us. There used to be 3. Now there's 2. The one lady, the chicken lady, does not sell anymore. Bummer. But the other lady, I had some grub at her place yesterday. I had the noodles. She makes fantastic kway Fantastic. It tastes so fresh. And she puts the crunchy little, patango, the little bread. She gives me those things. And I put them in the kway. And she always like throws in some extra stuff for me, you know. And you know, she knows I've been there a long time. I've been patronizing her establishment. We call her the noodle lady. She's not a girl, but we call her the noodle lady. We used to call her the pork noodle lady. Then there was the chicken lady, and then there's the duck lady. The duck place. The duck place, they have noodles, you know, the kway with duck. The other one had with chicken. She's closed. Anyway. Oh, we can't say that word, Dowlo. I don't want to take a chance on putting that word in. That's a bad word. Especially with YouTube. Uh-oh. Look at this, Mr. Mallon. You are live streaming inside of Starbucks. Is who dressed seductively? She's an old woman. No problem, no problem. She's an old woman. I mean, you know, she's like, let me put it to you this way. Her son used to be married to this chick, and I noticed the chick, because they were, you know, a little bit younger. They were about 25, and they had a kid. And the kid was like 3 years old. A little girl. And very cute little girl or whatever. And I'm just like, now we've been there a while. The girl's like 9, 10 years old. Anyway, getting back to the whole reason that I'm bringing this up. So I'm sitting there, I'm having my grub, and she knew that we went to Chiang Mai because my wife bought all this fruit. My wife brought all this fruit, and she shipped some of it back. It's long gone now, but we divided up some of the oranges and some of the other stuff. We divided up into 3 or 4 sections. One section for us, and then we were giving some of our neighbors some of the fruit. Well, we gave the lady, the pork lady, we gave her some oranges and stuff, and I guess she found out from Nicholas that we had went to Chiang Mai. So I'm talking to her about Chiang Mai. Long story short, I happened to look to my right, and I happened to look to my right, and I see this nice coffee maker. I said, ooh, ooh, coffee maker. Now, I can make my own coffee, but you know what? Sometimes I like to get out of the house and not just drink coffee in my house. I said, why do you have this little room made now? Because I remember they had been making this room inside of one of their car ports. I said, why would you have this coffee? Oh, by the way, you have strawberry syrup and caramel syrup and all this other syrup. What's up with that? She said, oh. After the new year, this will be a coffee shop. I said, and are you going to serve espresso? Oh, yes, we are. I said, oh, well, count me in. I'll be here. I'll be one of your best customers. So hopefully they will make it the right way. They will make it in a small glass, a small cup, not a big cup, because I will have to instruct them on how to make proper espresso if they give me a big cup of coffee. Otherwise, I'll just be eating it at home. But anyway, the place across the street has a coffee shop now. And after the new year, which seems to be the time that a lot of things are going to open up, after the new year, as we were talking about at Chattachak, after the new year, that guy Fernando is opening up another paella place. So a lot of places have decided we're not going to do anything until the new year. Now, imagine if they shut everything down again and say, sorry, the few tourists that we have trickling in now, there's going to be even less because we're going to re-implement the quarantine system. And it's not going to matter if you're vaccinated or not. Why are people getting vaccinated, aside from trying to stay alive? Why are people being vaccinated if the government still requires you to test and you can't do this and you can't do that, even if you are vaccinated? Well, then what's the point of getting vaccinated? If you're a healthy young male, you probably don't need to get vaccinated. Maybe you're taking a chance, I don't know, but it just seems a bit overkill. So, what happens if they re-implement the quarantine system, even if it's 7 to 10 days quarantine time? What's going to happen? All these places are going to go, well, I was going to open, now I'm not going to. It's really going to hit hard if they shut it down. I don't know if it won't surprise me if they do. But I think what's going to happen is Prayut is going to override him and say, let's take a wait-and-see approach. Janara, you've never been to Chiang Mai? If you've never been there, you got to go once. At least once, and probably more. If you've never been to Pattaya, you got to go at least once, possibly more. Although nowadays, I don't know. It's up to you. Kind of up to you. Hua Hin or never been there. Oh, what was the other place? You know, go to Samui, go to, you know, some of these other places. Oh shit. We've been to a lot of central towns and villages visiting my wife's family. Yeah, you know what? One reason that I went around, I used to go around a lot, is when I was working as a journalist and I was writing for The Ring and Boxing Digest and Boxing World and all these other ones. Every time there was a fight, it would be in some little town, because the town would be, what they would do is they use the event to get people to come, to get people to recognize it as a destination that tourists might want to come, or people might want to come just to check it out, and, you know, for the day or whatever. And so they would want that promotion of their city, and they had to pay for it. And so there would be places, there's all kinds of places. I mean, you know, I went to so many little towns and places that I would get to take a bus to the place, and then I'd be like, all right, I want to go to this school. And they'd be like, oh, well, that's, you know, 400 baht. And I'd be like, what, 400 baht? Yeah, sir, that's like very far. And I'd be like, really? And then I'd be like, okay, I got to negotiate with this guy. I'd be like, all right, like 700 baht, but you got to wait there during the fight, and you can take me back, because I'm not going to be able to get back unless I'm not going to have any transportation. And so, you know, that's how it worked. That's why I went to a lot of places, and then I would stay an extra day sometimes. Wife is on a bus to Cha'am as we speak. I like Cha'am. I like Prachuap Khiri Khan, the city. I actually like it a lot. But I don't know, you know, I don't know if I can move there. You know, I'd like to get on an island. I don't care about the mafia and all that kind of stuff. Listen, I know how to get along with people. I'm not worried about it. You know? All right, I got to think about making a move and getting across the street if I'm going to go to Happy Street. Catering to the, what's the opposite of masses? What's a word? Opposite of masses. Oops. Let's see here. No. That's a synonym. I knew that was going to be hard to... Anyway. Plebes. Synonym. Antonyms. Nobility, quality... No, this is not... This is right. Anyway. To make the few happy. Let me shut all this down. Sleep. We're going to go to Happy Street. It takes a trip to... No, it's more like the few. I could figure it out if I was sitting there looking at a dictionary or a thesaurus. But it doesn't matter. The few is that will suffice. Fucking A. No. Secluded is not the opposite of masses. There's a specific word I'm looking for, and I cannot think of it at the moment, but the few is, you know, that'll work for now. There you go. Go ahead, say it. We'll go with the few. It's not the best word. It's not the word I'm looking for, but it's not a problem. We don't have to worry about it. Let's see, we got this. $52 people. If you are watching and you have not left a thumbs up, please consider doing so. Please consider subscribing. Disperse, no. No. No and no. Shit. Santa Claus is coming to the few. I'll have to figure it out and put it in the community tab or something. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna go have something to eat for lunch. What's today? Monday? Is today Monday? Tuesday. All right, let's get out of here. Oh, stop guessing already. All he is. I already said the best word. The few. Cater to a few as opposed to the masses. That is the meaning I'm talking about. All right. Yeah, I should get a mask painted on. Well, that is a little bit of a better word, a little headed in the right direction, but that still is not the right word, because that word elite is not correct, but it's in the right direction. Oh, Jesus. All right, I hope you guys are ready for this. This is another thing. Well, the diehards, there could be a large number of diehards. It doesn't necessarily mean the few. Here we go. Oh, yeah, there's a tree. It must be Christmas time. Here we go. Let's get out of this joint. In case you don't know, oh, Dallo. You are the weakest link, Pid Cop. Check this out. Ho, ho, ho. The monorail will be done in the next year, maybe even sooner. So if you see that concrete pillar at the very end, that's the one that connects. It veers to the right and connects over at Ramkhamhaeng. Got to keep my adoring subscribers happy. Take them to Happy Street so they can see the coconut girl. Once again. Well, there's clouds in the sky now. You know, I kind of feel like I live in New York City. All the people and, you know, it's the concrete jungle and all that stuff. Oh, just what I wanted, to be in Disneyland. Not really. Alright, now it's time to get out of here and go down. Go find your coconut girl. Let's go this way. Shall we? It's called Normal Steak. I think that's the name of the place. There you go, padded bras. You think so? I'm going to show you the shortest escalator I think I've ever seen in my life. This thing is so short. Where should we go? Oh. Cops Daily. They just made this. They just changed this. Wow. All right, here's your coconut girl. $25. Do I want some coconut water? Shit, I don't think I have any small money. Oh, I do. Oh, น้ำมะพร้าวครับ ครับพัน Every thought you choose defines your future. You are in charge of changing your life. เข้าใจไหมครับ เข้าใจเสื้อไหม ไม่เข้าใจ ขอบคุณมากครับ So there you have it. You got the coconut water, the coconut girl, the lottery girl or whatever she was. I forget what she was. She's not here right now. It looks like they've shut that booth down now. My seats are taken. There's no place for me to sit. Come on. Talk about bad timing. What did I do here? People are sitting down. Oh, there's one left. Thank you very much. Yeah. Happy Street. We're on Happy Street. Holy shit. I hope you guys are happy now. Merry Christmas. Because this is Asia and that's what they believe. I got 5,000 baht yesterday. Hope I get to spend it. Have at it. Ugh. All right. It's time to drink my... Oh. Looks done to me. I'll let you enjoy the view. We'll be going into Normal in a minute. Normal Steakhouse. Nothing like sitting on Happy Street. People watching on Happy Street. What a wonderful day. The weather is still very nice though. How do I know? Ask Chuck. Don't ask me. You're asking the wrong guy. I'm living your dream. Yeah, okay. I guess. Because you know what? I would have never dreamed that I would be living here. Honestly, I never dreamed of living here. Even when I thought about moving here, I didn't think it was permanent. I never thought, God, I want to live in Thailand. Had I thought that way, I probably would have worked at the job where I was making about 10 grand, 12 grand a month. And I would have continued working there for another 3 or 4 years and socked away as much money as I could have. And that way I would have just come over here and bought something straight away, like, you know, a condo or something. But I did it kind of like I do almost everything else. Fly by the seat of the pants, you know, haphazardly, which works great sometimes, and sometimes, you know, it doesn't. I mean, I could be sitting in southern Florida, and I could be saying, wow, you know, here I am in the Florida Keys, fishing, you know, and my life would have been quite a bit different because, you know, I don't know if I would have the same freedom. Let's take a look over here this way. A lot of these places aren't open yet. Well, listen, I don't want paparazzi now. because it would be the death of me. Now look, you see? Let me see something here. I think that this guy is over there vaping. I could be wrong. I thought I just saw. So there's cigarette smokers and there's a vapor. Oops, wrong way. You don't want to see that up close. I think at this point I need to use a motorized vehicle to get around. Gennaro, what are your thoughts on the coconut girls? Monash, you guys, aren't you going to fight over her, or you know? And actually, this is not the one that I saw a couple of weeks ago. That was an older woman. This one is a bit younger. So. Let's see if I can get some coconut out of this. She looked cute? Okay. Okay. Boy, I haven't taken you guys out to eat with me in quite some time. You know, like I used to at the mall. Well, nothing beats your first. $40 for these shirts. There can only be one first coconut girl. Oh my God. Not as cute as Ms. Uh-oh. Are you guys gonna hook up while you're over there in the States and then like end up coming over and visiting me as a married couple? Mr. and Mrs. Miso. Mr. and Mrs. Miso hungry. Oh, that'd be funny. I'd be crying. What have you done? All right, so they got a garbage can over here. Let's get out of here and go eat. Got bread over here. My wife gets this bread sometimes that has like shredded pork in it. It's really, really soft bread. Has shredded pork in it and raisins. And it's really good. We fight for it. Because we get one loaf of it, because we know if one of the kids gets a hold of it, it might all be gone. All right, so let's go into the steak place where I won't have steak. Let's go. here we go. No kebab for me. Here's a little place, see? This is my place right here. Should we sit outside? Thank you. All right. Normal steak. Pasta for me. Sausage. Double sausage. Biscotti. Look at what I had last time. Spaghetti carbonara. Truffle fettuccine. Bacon spicy spaghetti. What did I have last time? Chicken crumb ham cheese. Bacon cheese grilled chicken. Let's just go for it here. Spaghetti tomato sauce, spaghetti carbonara. Spaghetti bacon, yeah. Bacon spicy spaghetti. Namplau.
Ice?
No. Let's see if we can change this around here. Much better this way. Lunch with Malin. Lunch at Malin's. Straight across from me. Hey, don't forget about your An American in Bangkok t-shirt. Maybe one of these days, if enough of you guys buy my shirts, I'll get like an Australian in Bangkok or in Thailand or a Brit in Thailand or something like that. I'll have one of those made up. All right, so right here we got the Kebab Express. Yes, I believe there is a kids menu. And right in here is the food court, which usually I get the khao kluk kapi or a soup or something. But here is the Kebab Express. See, to me, this is like I could be anywhere in the world, and this is almost like the only difference is the people that are walking by. They look a little different than elsewhere, you know. Thank you. Mineral. I don't want to have glass. Put it in glass. Really, this reminds me of just, you know, I could be anywhere. It doesn't remind me of Thailand. Now, if I went into the food court, that would be different. So this spaghetti, spicy bacon spaghetti, 129 baht, which is about $4. $4. The water is about 60 cents. So for about $5, you know, I don't know. Yeah, I'll probably give them a buck tip or something. So for, you know, $6, I get myself a spaghetti and some water, and you know, it's not the cheapest meal, but it's reasonable. How much are the kebabs, if I can see them? The kebab dishes are the same price. 129, 99, 129, 159. Yeah. So about the same price. By the time you're done paying for everything, or adding, you know, extra cheese or upsizing it or whatever, the price is about the same. $6-7. Oh shit! You know what? Gennaro, I hope this cured your urge for the coconut girl and Happy Street. Thank you very much, Jim. Thank you. Choke D. Appreciate that. Sure, you see the coconut girl, nobody wants Scotty. All that you guys want to see is the chicks, man. What kind of world do I live in? Where all my pals just all they want is to see the girls. They don't want to see my face. Oh, God. See you later, Gennaro. Good night, sweet dreams. May you have pleasant dreams of coconuts falling upon your coconuts. One thing is I can see if the guy's coming, I can see him over my shoulder. So what will I do when I finish streaming? I will walk over. Thank you, Mr. Jim. Thank you very much, Choke D. I will walk over to the Song Tao, go home, say hello to my wife isn't going to be home, I don't think. Well, I'll say hello to the kids. Then I will go upstairs and probably start setting aside some videos. I'm trying to put together one video for each month of this year that I thought was the best video of the month, and then kind of put them together into a little compilation of 2021. And also to write, because I've been trying to write a page a day of stuff that is not what I consider shit, which is not easy to do. And by that time, it'll be about 4 or 5 o'clock. Thank you. All right, let's take a look at it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you a a look at what $6-7 gives you here. Thank you, Andy. Thank you very much. Check that out. And you get this, which I can never get enough bread, but you know, bread is not the healthiest. It's a bit fattening. Now, what I will say about this without eating it is that I'm going to give you an idea how it tastes in a moment, but I'm looking at the carrots and the string beans, and I'm going to say those are frozen. They're definitely not fresh. But that does not mean it won't be extremely tasty. So let's see here. First thing is the bite of the bread. Eat that. They sweeten it too. It's a little sweet. It's a sweetened butter. The name of this place is Normal Steak. They're all over the place, but you got to kind of look for them. They're not as in pronounced position as, say, Starbucks. All right, let's try the bacon first. It is a bit spicy. Whenever you see these, you know it's going to be spicy. I can taste the spice right in the bacon. Spaghetti. Let's see how that is. How spicy is it? It's good. It's got a little bit of a bite to it, but it is not so spicy that, you know, it's gonna hurt going out. You might feel a little bit. It's a little bit spicy, but it's not bad. Some baby corn. I could have sworn the last time I came here I had ravioli or gnocchi. I didn't see it this time on the menu, so it's good. But I will say this. I don't know how to put this, but maybe their ingredients are not top-notch ingredients. There's just something that makes me think that, but it still tastes very good, but I think it could be better. I don't know why, but maybe it's the ingredients, because I think that the vegetables were frozen. I'm not complaining, I'm just stating the fact. I'm eating it, and it's good. So, on the Malin rating, I'm going to give this it's not excellent. I'm going to say it's a little bit better than good, but it's not quite very good. Just gonna say it's good. Decent value. The bread is good. Bread is very good. It kind of reminds me of, you know, the difference between making a burger, or getting a burger at some place that charges like $15 for a burger, or making one at home, or getting something at like 7-Eleven. This is something you would get at 7-Eleven, but it's for 7-Eleven, it's excellent. So that's why I say it's good, but it's not great. It's almost very good. Yeah, I know, I want more of that bread, man. It's so good. And the bacon's not bad either. Sometimes the bacon here can be not even bacon. And there's quite a bit of bacon in it. It's probably like 2 strips. This is Happy Thailand. Thailand Happy? Welcome to Thailand Happy. May I help you? Considering how much there is, you know, I've eaten quite a bit, and there's still like a half a bowl left. It's a good value for the money. Good value. I'm gonna give it a 7. Yeah. They've been renovating this place. As long as I've been living in this area, they've been renovating it. And they did away with the market. For some of you who watch regularly, you know, they did away with Happy Land Market. They're supposed to build, I don't know if it's going to be a condo or what it's going to be, apartments. But now I just found out that they're building a market behind where the old market used to be, farther down the road, so it'd actually be closer to my house. So that's great. Lots of vegetables. They give me a good portion here. I like this place because it's never full. There's never like 25 people here. It's never noisy. The food is predictable. You know, they take good care of you. In other words, what's not to like? Full now. Between the coconut water and this, I'm full. And then 2 double espressos. Some people might find this a bit spicy. My nose is starting to water. But it's good. And I'm full. Good stuff. This plate is almost clean. It's got some garlic in it, some red pepper, all right. That's it. Wolfed it down. All gone. Anybody been to this place before? Yeah, you know, they seem to, in the mall, they play the exact same music as in Starbucks. Maybe it's, they only have one set of music that they're playing and that's it. And I think the same thing goes for here, because every time I come over here, and lately I've been eating in the food court. I have my moods where I really want Thai food. Like yesterday for breakfast, puttanesca, is that the one with the anchovies? Because I made that too. And the anchovies are a bit pricey. Other than that, I mean, you know, listen, I hate to say this, but if you eat a meal here, 40 or 50 baht, you can have yourself a meal. Maybe 50 baht, 60 baht. You can have a Thai meal and like a water or some kind of a drink. But you know, if I go out and get the chicken breast, listen, the chicken breast, 400 grams used to be 86 baht. Now, 400 grams of chicken breast are 116 baht. So obviously price has gone up. That's two chicken breasts. That's not, it can be enough for me and the kids, just me and the kids, not the wife. But really, to be safe, you want 3. So let's say we make chicken breast with corn and some rice or something like that. If it's 116 baht, and then you add some corn, and you get two ears of corn for about, I think it's 25 baht. So what's that? 141. And you want some rice. You need about, if you buy it, just the hot rice. They have some, there's a place down the street that sells Japanese rice that is really, really good. It's really fluffy. That adds about another 20 baht. So that's 161 baht. Plus, if we were all to get a drink, I'm going to say 50 baht for 3 of us. So let's say 210 baht. That's a pretty inexpensive meal. But if you add some cheese on there, or you have anything else like a dessert, now you're talking about, no, it's not cheaper to eat. It is cheaper to eat out most of the time. Unless you're making a meal for, like 8 people, 12 people, something like that. I mean, if you want a burger, you get a burger in McDonald's for 100 baht. You want to eat one pack of meat that will make a good-sized burger. It's bigger than the one at McDonald's. Bigger than a double. It's about a quarter pound of meat. 136 baht. Then you add the bread, which, let's say that makes it 140. You add the cheese. The cheese is, for cheap cheese is 100 baht for, is it 12 slices? Yeah, 12 slices. So let's just say add 10 baht. You want a quality cheese, add 20 baht. So add 20 baht for one slice of cheese, 20 baht, and what did I say? 136, 140, 20 baht, 160 baht. So for a burger that you make yourself, you're looking at about 160 baht. You get it at McDonald's, you're looking at 100 baht. A double cheeseburger or something like that. I think it's 100, 109 baht, I forget. Your burger's better. But if you're paying for 3 or 4 people for a meal, then it works out to being cheaper. And if you're buying Thai food, it's quite a bit cheaper, Anyway, let me get the bill from this guy. Make change anyway. I'm stuffed now. All right, so that's 139 baht. This is not Thai food. I'm gonna tip him 21 baht. So 160 baht. So that's almost $5. So for under $5, I ate here. They have Aussie burgers here, Aussie meat. They have it. I gotta tell you that. Thank you. Well, you gave me a 50. It's like they know the best amount to give you, so that you have to give them the biggest tip. Instead of giving me 2 20s, a 10 baht, and a 1 baht, he gave me a 50 baht. Don't really want to tip him 50 baht. Sorry, Charlie. I don't want to pay 40% more for my food. It wasn't that good. I don't know if I have 20 baht. I got some coins here. I'll give them. This is why you always... Thai girl taught me a long time. Another 50. Oh, fuck, I'll just give him the 50. Thai girl taught me something a long time ago. I got mad at a taxi driver because he didn't have change for 100 baht. She said, listen, you know these guys, and you know how they are. Oh, guess what? I got a 20, so. She said, you know how these guys are. They don't always have change, or they're going to say they don't have change so they can get more money out of you. Carry, 10, 20 bahts, and 100 baht, and a 500 baht. Make sure that you have plenty of change. Just stick it away in the back of your wallet or whatever. And I try to do that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I tried to. And I got lucky in this case because I got a 20 baht. So 160 baht for that meal, including the tip. And I get one of these juicy little mints. So, these are the good mints. If they give me really shitty service, no, I don't tip. If they give me decent service or good service, definitely I tip. And usually I don't tip, like, if it were 189 baht, I would try not to tip him 11 baht, tip them 11 baht. I try to tip them at least 21 baht or 31 baht. The same cannot be said for taxi drivers. If my fare is 179 baht, and that's chewy. I always need coins. I need a lot of coins, and it's difficult. Sometimes the banks won't give you coins. So if it's like 179 baht, I just give them 180 if I have it, or if I give them 200, I'll give them like 180, or say I have 190, I give them the 190. I wait for the 10 baht. But if he's a really nice guy or something like that, then I just give him the tip. If it's 53 baht and the guy hands me the change and he's a bit of a prick, what I don't like is when you get in, you go, oh, Sawadee Krap, and they just sit there. They don't say Sawadee Krap to you. They don't say a word. I don't particularly like that. I think they should be friendly. If I say hello in Thai, they should say hello back in Thai. It doesn't mean I won't tip them, but, since I stopped working, I am not using all my singles at the Coke machine, and I have about $20 in singles. There you go. Listen, I've been trying to fill this can up with coins for about 5 years. And I just, for whatever reason, I just never seem to have enough coins. One day I'll go, oh shit, I only got, I got 1,000 baht, and we need some eggs. And I'll have 9 5-baht coins. And I'll tell the kids, one of the kids, I'll go, here you go. Go buy some eggs. Here's 45 baht. Then boom, there's my 9 5-baht coins are gone. That's how it works all the time. Then I'll be like, oh, we got to pay the lady for the garbage. That's 150 baht. And I got no cash, or I got 500 baht or 1,000 baht. I go, just take it out of the coins. And I'll give her 15 of the 10 baht coins or something. So I'm always running short on coins. But anyway, Yeah, with the BTS, I don't ever worry about it because I just transfer money and put it on my Rabbit card, my Line account, and then that's connected to my Rabbit card. So if I have 300 baht on my Line account, usually I put 500 baht in or 300 baht, and it just sits there for a while. And then I go on the Skytrain, and I use the card, the Rabbit card, and I never refill the card. I always refill it through Line. And then with the MRT, yeah, I do the same thing, but I have to put the money on. Yeah, well. Anyway, that was a filling, decent meal. Again, I'm not going to say it was fantastic, but it was good. Nothing to complain about at all. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long stream. You can pay using Line, but you have to connect your Line up. You have to register your Line account and connect it up with your card. And I forget what I had to do that. Actually, the guy who argued with the taxi driver, and I think it was like 11 baht, the guy pulled out a samurai sword is what he did, and he killed him with it. So you don't want to be arguing about. Listen, I'm at the point now where whether I'm flush with cash or not, sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, but more often than not, I am not flush. Right now I think I have about 700 baht in my wallet. And what's today? Tuesday? That will probably last me until Friday morning. Just because I know I'm not really going to do anything other than maybe go to Starbucks. All right, take it easy there, Jim. Yeah, Andy, but now it's great because I pay my electric bill through Line. I pay my water bill through Line. You can actually send money through Line, which I never do. You can charge up your phone through Line. I've been using the AIS promotion for the last 4 or 5 months where you get 100 gigabytes of bandwidth for 150 baht. And it's great. This has ended already, but I don't know, they may come up with something new. But normally it's like 99 baht for 5 gigabytes for 3 days or something like that, so it sucks compared to the 100 gigabytes. But the Line is pretty helpful here, and you can make phone calls, you do whatever, so it's great. I mean, I send messages to guys in the States, and Jim, he sends messages, I'm sure, through Line. So it's very useful. Anyway, I'm about done. Yeah, when you get over here, check into it, and you should be able to do something. I don't remember exactly what it requires. At the time, it didn't. I think you do need to put you need to give them your passport information. Because I do remember having a little bit of a hassle with them for a day or two, and then it got squared away. But that was years and years ago. I mean, it's been years now. So anyway, I gotta go. Gotta run. We've been on for over 3.5 hours. So thank you for all the support. Thank you for joining me, and leave a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see, or what you'd like to see me do, or see me go. Not just kayaking. I think the trekking is kind of out, aside from maybe trekking to where you put in the kayak. That's pretty much over for me because of my hip. But if there's anything else you can think of, let me know. Please, yeah, the video chat is great with Line. I use it for that. I call all of my buddies here in Thailand online. I mean, I spend very, very little. I put 500 baht on my phone for phone calls not using the app, and I probably have about 370 baht left, and I put that money on about 6 months ago. So it's very helpful. But anyway, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, all this good stuff that, you know, every YouTuber is supposed to say. Thumbs up, subscribe, click notification bell, join me again, check the description, and I think that's about it. See you next time. Check out the videos, whatever they may be, and I will talk to you guys later. All right? Thanks again, and see you next time, whenever that may be. It'll probably be the day before Christmas or Christmas Day. All right? So I'll talk to you later.